Welcome to Hidden Reality, where we uncover the truths buried beneath the surface of human behavior. Today, we're diving into an absolutely fascinating investigation of the hidden mechanics running your daily routine. We're breaking down a system that operates silently in the background, subtly manipulating your choices and blocking your true potential. It's a deep dive into how our minds are wired and, more importantly, how we can rewire them. Get ready because we are about to hack the human source code.
So who is actually in control of your actions? I know, it sounds like an absurd question at first. You probably think you're the one driving your own life, right? You set the alarm, you pick your clothes, you drive to work, and then you scroll the exact same apps every night. It totally feels like a conscious choice. But a dark investigation into this daily loop reveals a terrifying anomaly, one that completely shatters everything we assume about free will.
The truth is actually terrifying. You are essentially a passenger in your own body, just operating on a hidden, automated script. I mean, think about it. Have you ever driven all the way home and suddenly realized you literally don't remember the last 5 miles? Yeah, that's your brain's automated script taking the wheel. And it doesn't just happen on the road. Every single distraction you crave, every time you grab your phone, every major task you delay, it's almost never a conscious decision. It's a programmed loop playing itself out, keeping us comfortable, sure, but ultimately driving us straight toward a life of mediocrity. Listen to this. According to Neuroscience, by the time you hit 35, a massive 95% of who you are is just a subconscious autopilot program dictating your every move. Your core beliefs, your emotional triggers, your daily habits, they're deeply, permanently hardwired into your neural pathways. That leaves a measly 5% of your mind consciously trying to fight back and achieve your goals. So, whenever you try to force a new habit using just willpower, you're basically asking that 5% to win a tug of war against the 95%. You're fighting a biological war that's heavily stacked against you.
And here is where this hidden reality investigation gets truly alarming. Researchers like Dr. Piers Steele have identified a terrifying trend. This psychological programming is malfunctioning on a massive global scale. The data shows a staggering 300 to 400% spike in chronic procrastination over just the last 40 years. We're talking about a massive portion of the population completely paralyzed, constantly putting off their goals, their health, their entire futures for some imaginary tomorrow. This isn't just laziness, guys. It's a fundamental glitch in our daily lives. So why exactly is our internal source code glitching out so badly right now?
Section 1. The Trojan Horse Illusion.
To understand why our brains are actually wired to fail in the modern world, we've got to look at cheap dopamine. It's exactly like the Trojan horse. These highly attractive distractions sneak right past our mental defenses. Mindlessly scrolling social media, binge-watching a whole season in one sitting, it feels like a gift in the moment, right? Like a much-needed break from the stress. But it's a complete illusion. Once inside your mind, these supposedly harmless habits act like a hidden virus. They silently erode your attention span, destroy your future focus, and completely sabotage your inner drive.
Science actually has a name for this glitch. It's called hyperbolic discounting. Basically, it's a cognitive anomaly where the human brain is heavily biased to choose instant, low-value rewards right now over delayed, life-changing success later. Think about choosing fast food on the couch instead of hitting the gym and cooking a healthy meal. The couch feels amazing instantly. The gym feels like pure work for a reward you won't even see for months. Through the lens of hidden reality, we see this scientific phenomenon as a literal psychological weapon used against us, naturally keeping us comfortable, risk-averse, and completely compliant.
Section 2. The Motivation Equation. But here is the good news. Researchers haven't just identified the virus, they've decrypted the exact variables keeping you paralyzed. This decrypted file is called the Temporal Motivation Theory. It's the literal biological equation that controls human drive, fear, and procrastination. Let's break it down real quick, because this is a game changer. First is expectancy. Do you actually believe you'll succeed? High expectation equals high drive. Second is value. Does this actually matter to you? It has to align with your core desires. Third is impulsiveness. Basically, your susceptibility to distraction. If your phone buzzes constantly, your impulsivity skyrockets and completely kills your focus. And finally, delay, the time until you get the reward. The theory proves that if your impulsivity is high and the delay is too long, your motivation just flatlines. Your brain literally shuts down the drive to work because the payoff feels way too far away. This is the exact machinery of your subconscious. So, now that we've exposed the equation and the hidden forces naturally holding us back,
the ultimate question remains. How do we break free from the autopilot? How do we take that tiny 5% of conscious intent and use it to rewrite a source code that's actively working against us?
Section 3. Hacking the source code.
To reverse this equation, you absolutely cannot fight the subconscious directly. Willpower alone is just way too weak. Instead, you have to force a hard reset using a completely new operating system. You must abandon the mediocre crowd's predictable behavior, constantly trading instant pleasure today for a lifetime of pain tomorrow. Instead, you've got to adopt the warrior mindset. This is an intense, radical shift where you actively and deliberately choose immediate discomfort, the pain of discipline, the struggle of focus, in order to achieve ultimate freedom and delayed pleasure later on.
Here's how that operating system actually works through the warrior's protocol. Inspired by the relentless discipline of guys like David Goggins, the warrior uses powerful psychological tools like loss aversion against themselves. Loss aversion is the intense human fear of losing something over gaining something else. You've got to weaponize this. You must vividly connect with the intense fear of a wasted life, of losing your potential, to aggressively override your brain's natural desire to just chill on the couch. You don't negotiate with instant gratification. You establish firm boundaries against it. You embrace the pain of discipline as the very tool that will set you free.
But physical discipline isn't enough to overwrite the code. As martial arts legend Bruce Lee pointed out, words are energy and cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Do not speak negatively about yourself. Your words are literal programming inputs for your brain. If you constantly tell yourself you're weak or tired or incapable, your nervous system is going to make you exactly that. You have to forcefully intercept those thoughts and replace negative self-talk with intense, positive commands. You are quite literally speaking your future into existence.
Hidden Reality has decoded a highly effective 3-step process to completely overwrite your internal programming. Step 1. Intercept negative self-talk instantly. The second you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," you kill that thought. Step 2. Inject intense emotional affirmations. Don't just say it, you have to physically feel the success and capability in your body. And step 3, the absolutely crucial one. Execute immediate micro-actions. You have to take a tiny, immediate action to give your brain undeniable, real-world proof that this new identity is real. Say you're a runner, go put your running shoes on right now. This real-time proof turns your mind from a glitching liability into an absolutely unstoppable weapon.
Section 4. The ultimate choice.
As the dust settles on this investigation, you're left staring at a stark, uncomfortable truth about the time you have left. The temporal theory of regret proves scientifically that staying paralyzed in your comfort zone will ultimately cause way more psychological suffering than taking a risk and failing today. If you try a new business or a new fitness routine and fail, that sting is temporary. You learn, you move on. But if you never step into the arena at all because you are hypnotized by the illusion of comfort, that inaction creates a heavy, devastating regret that compounds over decades.
Content creator Mark Darwin sharply captures the urgency of this reality. Your future self is begging you to stop wasting time. The right time doesn't exist. Just let that sink in for a second. We spend our whole lives waiting for the perfect moment, the right mood, the ideal circumstances. But there is no perfect moment. Inaction is literally a slow death. Every delay, every hour spent scrolling, every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," is stealing the life you could be living right now.
The clock is ticking. The matrix of procrastination, fear, and cheap dopamine is incredibly real. But as we've uncovered today, your source code can be rewritten. You just need the knowledge and the discipline to force that hard reset. The choice to step out of the 95% autopilot and take control is entirely in your hands. What will you choose to do with the time you have left? This mystery has been decoded by Hidden Reality. Subscribe to Hidden Reality for more deep dives into the unknown. We'll see you in the next investigation.